We are finally working on the VW Jetta today. As you guys know from the previous episode on the car, we have been having issue with the intermittent fluctuation on our idle. Basically, it's going up and down. And you know that in that video, I have done a little bit of maintenance on the magnet. And sure enough, 6 months or possibly about 4 months now since we've done that, it's starting to happen again. So finally, I need to get it fixed and actually replaced. I now got the magnet here, replacement magnet on here. As you can see, it's freely moving nicely, as the little knob there is basically loose. And the one we have right now on the car, as you remember, I had to clean that up to make it work again. So yeah, I have spent about $237.28 Canadian to actually get this part going. But considering the work that I'll be doing labor-wise, it's all worth it. So anyways, guys, before we actually work on the car, get that magnet replaced, I wanted to actually change the oil because it's about time to service the car as well, oil-wise. So filter and oil change. Stay tuned. Alright guys, just show you the parts that we have. Again, here's our magnet, our brand new one, OEM from Volkswagen. We got our man filter, and the O-ring is inside here. You got our 5 liters of fluid that we'll be using here, which is 5W40 in the process. So let her drain, and then we'll install the magnet, and then we'll fill up the oil in the process and get going. Well guys, time to prep our O-rings. Replace the old O-ring with a new O-ring, and then we'll put our new filter in. I don't want to mess up my hand with all the oil, so I'm going to put on my gloves. Always good idea to do so. The less we expose ourselves with these chemicals, the better we will be. So we got some nice cloth here. Give it a good clean. Got a new cross washer here. Oops. Then we'll take off our old grungy filter. Just want to see how this is basically at this point, and see how bad it is. It's fairly clean. It's a little dark, but other than that, it's fairly clean. Time to put our new filter in. Before doing so, here we replace our O-ring. Might as well put the new one in. Always a good practice. Again, we'll just get some oil out of this and prime it up a little bit here and lubricate it. Should be good. Nice and clean. Get some of the excess oil. Nothing really is the proper way to put this in, but I normally just have all that letterings here. I usually put it up in the upper area here, and just there's no real rhyme or reason in terms of the positioning, but I just basically use the gauge of having those letterings on top. So we're pretty much ready to go. I'm going to replace the magnet as well in the process, and then we will then put all the new oil and everything from here. Well, time to remove the old magnet. Basically here we need a T30 to undo the 3 bolts that's holding this magnet. In the process, we got to remove this connector here, and all we have to do is press this baby in here. Press the tab and just pull it out basically here. So there, it's easy enough. Use your thumb to pull it out with our T30 on a socket. Just straightforward. There's one more in the bottom here. They're not too, oh shoot, they're not super tight, so they're pretty easy. I dropped my little socket there, so I have to find it. All right, we found our T30. This time I'm gonna put a paper towel in there so that way it doesn't come out anymore. Yeah, so let's get this thing going on the other side here. Like again, I mentioned this is very they're not super tight, so it's easy to really remove. It's just that there's no room to really work on, so you can easily drop your tool in the process, or a bolt for that matter. Well, here it is, guys. As you've seen this last time, I've already removed it, so it's fairly easy actually to come off this time, because it wasn't really, you know, glued in there as bad as it was before in the first time. So it was easy enough to remove. It just came out easily there, just kind of wiggled it a little bit and it came out. So this is basically what we're replacing here, guys. As you notice, this is supposed to rattle, and this is not rattling at all. So that's stuck already, and it's causing our timing and the you know, lubrication of our camshaft, or intake camshaft there. It's not being lubricated that well anymore, so it's really dangerous. If you don't replace this magnet, then it's gonna basically damage your camshaft there, and all your timing and the whole 9 yards, and possibly replacing your own timing chain in the process, because it's all bad now. So anyways, hopefully we're not in that situation yet. Hopefully it's still gonna work for us here, because I don't hear any sort of clanking or anything, or ticking on the timing chain compartment there. So far I know at some point I need to do a timing chain job on this thing, and that's going to be another video in the long run to do a timing chain replacement, as well as a full carbon cleanup in this car here, 1.8T. So anyways guys, stay tuned for those videos for sure. I'll just keep that covered for now. So again, one more time guys, this is the brand new revision of this magnet. They have done several revisions on this, and I believe this is a second revision. And I'll show you guys the part number here is the D. I believe I might have the A or the B or the C, that is. As you can see, there's a D at the end, and most likely this is the latest revision. And as you can see, it's making all that rattling sound. So that's exactly what you need there to be able to control your oil flow for your camshaft there, the lubrication in the camshaft. So hopefully we'll install this thing and our problem goes away, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right, the installation is basically the reversal of what we've done, but beforehand I just wanted to clean the area a little bit because there's some drippage of oil now. A clean cloth here, so I'm just gonna dub the area and clean it up a little bit here. Similarly down here now, because we got oil leak going on here now from all that mess. We try to be as clean as possible. Hopefully we don't get any seepage. Again, last time in the other video, as I mentioned, the actual purge solenoid is in there, and you can actually take that out and also check to make sure that the mesh are fairly clean. In this case, I don't have the time to do that. I might do that another time, but in this case, I just wanted to replace this baby and get it going. Here's the new one. Just carefully place it in. Make sure that there's no dirt or whatsoever on this before we put it in, to prevent any jamming or leak. Easy as that. You just put it in and just make sure that it is aligned with the bolt hole right there, and we'll slowly screw this by hand and make sure we don't drop any bolt again or tool in the process. Simple as putting my thumb at the bottom of the what do you call this, the socket here, and just use the other thumb to twist, and away we go. We don't drop anything. Similarly here, I just need to make sure I have enough leverage. Okay, I can't see the hole, but okay, I'll do the time lapse on this baby, and so you guys don't have to go through the whole process here. All done, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Our connector is back in place. All the bolts are tightened already. Brand new magnet. So we'll fill up the oil, put the filter in, as you guys can see, and we'll test drive the car. Hopefully everything's good from here. Want to reiterate, guys, that for doing this job you truly don't need to do an oil change. I just decided that given that it's about time for this car to be serviced, I did the oil change, and at the same time, nothing better than a fresh oil to lubricate our cam with a new part, which is always a good idea to do so. So if it's about time to do so, go ahead and do it. If not, just replace the part. That's all you need.
The following day.
Well, guys, since everything's back in place, I have rescanned the vehicle with the OBD11 again, and this time our P0341 error code is gone, but now we're getting a P0011, which is this time the timing is kind of advanced or way off on the cam. So what I'm thinking of doing here is that just instead of just replacing our magnet, we're gonna try and replace the valve itself as well, the control valve inside. So I'm gonna try and open that up now and then see how bad it is, and at the same time we might as well replace it. It's going to be about $200 again to get that part, but anyways, we'll do that first before we truly see if it's a cam issue or timing chain issue before we spend all that money. Might as well replace all those, because we have to replace those things anyways when we do the whole timing chain deal. Alright folks, we got our magnet off now. As you guys can see, shine some light here. That's the control valve over there. I'm gonna undo it. Basically, to undo it is a reversal. It's a reverse thread. So righty loosey and lefty tighty. So we're gonna be using our tool that we got recently to. It's a timing chain tool here that I have. Basically, I can find the one that fit the size there. There's basically two prongs that would be undo that thing. So anyways, let me do that and I'll show you guys when it's done. Folks, we got the valve off now. It took a little bit of time to actually take it out. It's really hard to get it out. You just gotta make sure you palm the wrench itself, and then you put a force in and then crank it this way, and it did came off. And again, to the right is where you lose it. You're loosening it, and now it's loose, but then it took a while to actually figure out that you have to pry it out to get the solenoid out. And now pretty much it's right here. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna try and replace it and get a brand new one. As you guys can see, here's the condition of it. Let me get some light on this baby. I can try and clean it up and see if our problem persists, but it doesn't look super bad here, to be honest. But and it is spring loaded, but yeah, we might as you guys can see, it is spring loaded and everything, and it seems like it is moving just fine. So we'll see. We'll just get the replacement and replace the whole thing and go from there.
5 minutes later.
Well guys, the valve didn't look too bad. I cleaned it up with the brake clean and I put it back in. I'm not quite sure what the torque spec is, but I basically put it back the way it was position-wise to begin with. And it was basically positioned in that manner right there. So, yeah. Anyhow, we'll install everything back in and see if our code still persists. And then I guess we'll replace it if needed. Folks, just got back from a test drive here just to see how well the car is after I have flushed all the delete all the codes. It's already plugged in again. I'm gonna do another scan and see if that those faults still exist. Folks, we're just scanning the car again after I have cleared all the codes. I have 4 codes there. We still have the evap issue going on, intermittent. I have the part already for that, but the P0011 cam issue, it seems like it's gone. It didn't come back at all. So we'll continue to drive around and I'll keep you guys posted in the next few days here and see if that error comes back. As you can see, I got 0 fault now, which is a good thing on the engine. That is, engine is basically the first scan. Now it's pretty much cleared. It looks like it didn't come back there. So hopefully that fixed the problem. Again, these are the 2 steps you do before you truly start to look into getting your timing chain replaced or cam replaced. A lot of times if you clean the valve itself, the purge valve, and replace the magnet early enough, you could probably salvage the situation here. Sooner or later, a car is getting older, definitely will need a timing chain, but hopefully here we don't have to do it quite yet. We're already 187,000 kilometers, so pretty soon we have to do the timing chain. So anyways, it's going to be another video that we can do in the channel here. So anyway, stay tuned. Peace out.